Have you ever caught yourself saying, "back in my day," and wondered why those words seem to slip out so easily? Maybe it's when you're comparing how things were before to how they are now, whether it's about music, technology, manners, or even the pace of life. And sometimes, younger people might tease you about it, as if it's just a sign of being old-fashioned. But here's something you might not expect. Scientists are discovering that saying "back in my day" may actually be a sign of a sharp, active mind. Think about it. When you say those words, you're not just reminiscing. You're accessing memories, drawing comparisons, and putting experiences into perspective. That's memory work, and memory work is a powerful mental exercise. Our brains are like muscles, they need regular use to stay strong. Every time you recall a story, an event, or a lesson from your past, you're training your brain to recognize patterns, connect ideas, and store knowledge. That's a lot more than just nostalgia. But there's more. Memory is not just about the past, it's a key part of critical thinking. When you reflect on how things were, you are engaging in something that researchers call episodic memory, the ability to recall personal experiences and connect them to the present. This kind of thinking helps maintain cognitive agility as we age. And here's the fascinating part. Studies suggest that people who engage in frequent reflection and storytelling actually strengthen certain neural pathways. This can improve attention, problem solving, and even emotional health. That means your tendency to say "back in my day" might be more than just habit. It could be your brain's way of keeping itself active. And there's a subtle but powerful benefit to this. When you share these memories, you're not just exercising your brain, you're also strengthening your social connections. Storytelling creates bridges between generations. It offers lessons, values, and experiences that younger people can learn from. It keeps you connected to your own life story and also to those around you. Now, this doesn't mean you have to turn every conversation into a trip down memory lane. But recognizing that these moments have value changes the way we think about them. Instead of brushing off your "back in my day" comments as just nostalgia or complaining, you can see them as a sign of your mental vitality, a sign that your brain is still making strong connections and keeping your perspective alive. There's also an emotional aspect to this. When we remember the past, we connect with who we were, who we've become, and what matters most to us. That sense of continuity, knowing our life has a story, is deeply linked to mental resilience. Researchers call it a sense of life coherence. And life coherence is one of the keys to emotional well-being as we age. So, saying "back in my day" isn't just harmless chatter, it can be a reflection of something deeper. It's proof that your mind is active, reflective, and engaged. It's proof that you're still telling your story and making meaning of your life. And in a world that's changing faster than ever, that's a powerful thing to hold on to. As we go deeper in this video, we'll explore more about why reflection matters, how it connects to brain health, and even how it can improve your life in surprising ways. You'll see that your "back in my day" moments are not just memories, they're a sign of mental strength. And understanding this might change the way you see your own reflections and stories. Now that we've started to uncover why these memories matter, let's move forward and look at how reflection and storytelling are actually linked to sharper thinking and a more resilient mind. If you're still watching and feel that these insights are meaningful, please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. When we talk about reflection and storytelling, it's important to understand how this actually shapes the way our brains work. You see, memory isn't just a filing cabinet of facts and dates. It's an active process. Every time you recall a story from your past, whether it's about a family trip, a lesson learned, or a moment of triumph, your brain is doing something remarkable. It's retrieving stored experiences, weaving them with the present moment, and often linking them to lessons for the future. Scientists call this process autobiographical memory, and research shows that it's deeply connected to cognitive health. By frequently reflecting on your past, you keep certain neural circuits active. These are the same circuits that support imagination, planning, and decision-making. In other words, when you reminisce, you're training your brain to stay flexible and sharp. And there's something even more fascinating. The act of telling a story engages both hemispheres of your brain. The left hemisphere processes the factual details, dates, names, and sequences of events, while the right hemisphere works on the emotions, imagery, and meaning behind the story. This cross-hemisphere activity strengthens communication between different parts of the brain. For seniors, this is golden. It's like doing a full-body workout for your mind. But it's not just about brain fitness. Reflection also helps us regulate our emotions. As we get older, life can feel more unpredictable. We may face health challenges, loss of loved ones, or changes in independence. When we reflect on past experiences, we're able to place these changes in context. We remind ourselves that we've overcome difficulties before, and we can do it again. Reflection creates perspective. It's a mental anchor that helps us weather life storms. Interestingly, researchers also point out that storytelling strengthens empathy. When you share your memories with others, you're inviting them into your world. You're offering them a piece of your life experience. And in return, they share theirs. This exchange deepens connections, reduces loneliness, and reinforces the emotional bonds that are so vital for mental health. For older adults, who may face isolation more than younger generations, this is a powerful gift. So when you think about it, back in my day is more than just a phrase. It's a doorway. It's an opportunity to engage your mind, strengthen your relationships, and preserve your sense of self. It's not about resisting change or dwelling on the past. It's about using your past as a tool to keep your mind active and your perspective rich. Of course, reflection isn't something that happens by accident. It benefits from intention. That's why many experts suggest making time for storytelling, whether it's journaling, talking with friends and family, or even recording your memories for yourself and future generations. You might find that these conversations become one of the most rewarding parts of your day. And here's another bonus: this habit of reflection can actually improve how you approach challenges. When you recall times you've solved problems before or adapted to changes, you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes next. That confidence is part of what keeps your mind resilient. It's a kind of mental muscle memory for life. As we keep exploring this topic, you'll begin to see that reflection isn't just about looking backward. It's a way of enriching your present and shaping your future. It's a mindset shift that transforms your relationship with aging. And that brings us to an even more surprising insight: how embracing your memories can actually make you more optimistic, more energetic, and more engaged with life. Next, we'll explore how this mindset works and why embracing your back-in-my-day moments can make aging feel less like a decline and more like a journey full of growth and meaning. By now, you might be starting to see a pattern. Reflection, storytelling, and recalling your past aren't just sentimental moments. They are active exercises for your brain and spirit. This brings us to the final mindset shift: the idea that aging isn't a loss, but a transformation. When we embrace our memories and share them openly, we're not clinging to the past, we're weaving it into our present in a way that enriches our lives. That phrase, "back in my day," becomes a bridge, connecting who we were with who we are now. And science shows that this bridge is more than emotional comfort. It's a sign of cognitive strength. Older adults who engage in regular storytelling often display sharper memory recall, greater verbal fluency, and higher emotional resilience. It's as if sharing your life experiences keeps your mental faculties warmed up, much like stretching before a walk keeps your muscles limber. This isn't just theory; research from neuropsychologists confirms it. Seniors who actively share stories, write memoirs, or reflect on life events score higher on cognitive assessments. But there's another layer to this habit. Reflection strengthens purpose. In later years, purpose becomes a powerful driver of health and well-being. It's why so many seniors dedicate themselves to volunteering, mentoring, or caring for loved ones. Your stories are part of that purpose, a legacy you pass on. By telling them, you give meaning to your life and inspire others in the process. There's also something deeply freeing about embracing your past without fear. Aging often brings worries about memory loss, diminishing abilities, and relevance. But when you actively value your life story, you shift your mindset. You begin to see aging as a chapter full of wisdom, rather than a decline. That shift changes everything: how you feel about yourself, how you relate to others, and even how your brain functions. So, if you ever catch yourself saying, "Back in my day," don't dismiss it as just nostalgia. See it as a sign that your mind is vibrant, reflective, and engaged. It means you are still connecting deeply to your experiences and using them as fuel for mental growth. That phrase isn't a sign of stubbornness, it's a sign of mental vitality. As we wrap this up, I want to leave you with something powerful. Your mind is not defined by age, but by the way you use it. Reflection, sharing your stories, and embracing the wisdom of your past aren't just ways to stay sharp, they are ways to live more fully. If you start today, even with a small step, like telling a story to a grandchild, writing a memory in a journal, or simply reflecting on your day before sleep, you'll be training your brain and nurturing your spirit. Over time, those moments add up, creating a life that's rich in memory, meaning, and joy. So, I encourage you to embrace those back-in-my-day moments. Treasure them. Share them. And let them remind you that your mind is alive, sharp, and full of potential. If this conversation resonated with you, share your thoughts below. Tell us what memory or story comes to mind when you say, "Back in my day." I'd love to hear how your reflections make you feel. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue exploring ideas that keep your mind healthy and your heart full. Here's to celebrating your past, living fully in the present, and stepping into the future with confidence. You're not just aging, you're growing wiser every day.